What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Lynn here with another Between Game. Actually, this is a Between Gamers discussion. So today we are going to discuss E3 predictions and things we would like to see from the, E3 2017, as well as our ARMS Global Test Fire impressions. And so yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started, have everyone introduce themselves, and we'll go into our ARMS impressions first, and then we'll discuss E3. So if you guys could go ahead and introduce yourselves, and we'll get started.
Okay.
Whoever.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Will from TheWillOfGaming. How are y'all doing today? No, I'm not from the South. I don't know why I say y'all all the time, but that's just me.
Hey, y'all.
Y'all, yeah, y'all. Yeah, let's get into discussion. I think I have some interesting things to say. Hopefully, I'm not too much of a Debbie Downer.
Uh-oh. All right, Dirty.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dirty. We're about to do this discussion, so let's go ahead and get it started.
All right, so first thing that we're going to discuss before we get into E3 take up the majority of the time is we're going to give our impressions of ARMS, the global test fire that we had over this past weekend. I did like a little ghetto rig of the recording on Friday when they had the first runs.
I just saw that. That was hysterical.
Dude, the game is fun. Hey, okay, I don't have all that fancy equipment that y'all have.
No. It wasn't the film quality or nothing. It wasn't what you did. It was just you cursing and getting mad. I couldn't even block.
Hey, I put a disclaimer up. I said kids do not watch because I do have a potty mouth, okay? But
you spell kids as
So EJ is here, Digital Man is here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to the other 3 folks that are here as well. You guys are amazing. But yeah, you know, y'all know when I play competitive games that I have a potty mouth. Yes, I do. Now, I try not to do that on my videos. But when it comes to gameplay, it's bad. Oh my God, Digital. Volleyball is fun in ARMS. Now, Will concur with you on that. Digital said...
I agree. It's the worst thing in that game.
Digital said, fuck V-ball in ARMS. I love it, Digital.
Honestly, I agree.
So Chariot Man videos. So Chariot Man is here. He said, what's going on, my people?
What's up?
Chariot, you need to let us know how your finals went, too. But, so yeah, we... you know, next week, y'all, they're going to have the basketball instead of the volleyball. So you might like
Thank goodness.
Better. Yeah, you might like that better. I like volleyball, but see, I played volleyball in college. So, you know, it's fun to me.
Your arm stretch?
No. Well, I have long arms anyway, so. But, so yeah, you know, look, I'm going to tell you this. When I first tried out ARMS, I really didn't know what to expect. Now, I have not tried it with motion controls. Will, you and Dirty, y'all both tried it with motion controls, but Will, you tried it with the controller as well. I only tried it with the controller, but I still kept getting the movements mixed up, so it's going to take me a minute to get used to that. But in playing the game, I had a ton of fun. Like, I did not realize the game would be that fun, and it's more strategy involved in that game than you would think.
Yeah, there's a lot to remember.
You need to know the classes of the characters you're playing or that you're playing against. You need to know that certain arms are more powerful than others, where you can just dive right through, you know, their punches to hit them. I mean, it's so much involved. People look at it and see the cartoony effect of it and like, oh, this ain't nothing. Dude, you need to play it. If you have a Switch, you need to play it because the game is freaking amazing. Chariot Man, oh, for sure. I'm about to make a video and coming to the Switch. Oh, you're gonna be the only one playing it because I ain't playing it. Let's see. He said he was getting his ass kicked in V-ball. I love V-ball. He said
I was
he
kicking ass in
better
V-ball. I just hate it.
controller. So he said, Chariot Man said he got better using the Pro Controller. I want to try the motion control. So let me know y'all thoughts on arms. Now, Will, I already know how you feel about volleyball, but go ahead.
Okay. Volleyball just straight up sucks. I'm just going to say it. No, I do not like it. And let me tell you why I don't like it. It is nothing but a slowdown from, look, I mean, I want to fight. I want to play mind games against my opponent. I want to be able to outbest my opponent. And then volleyball comes and ruins it 2 fights in a row. This is an hour that I have to work with here. If I had all the time in the world, I would enjoy volleyball. But because I don't, I want to focus on fighting. Fighting is fun. Volleyball takes away from the funness. I mean, I understand that there's people out there that do like the volleyball. That's fine. That's cool. For me, I hate it. I like the what should we call it? I like the strategy. I like the strategy for it. I love it. I think it's a great thing. I don't know. I like it.
Dirty?
I mean, I like it, but I hate it. Sorry.
The volleyball. The volleyball.
Well, you're gonna have to the fighting aspect too. But okay, go ahead, Dirty.
The volleyball was cool. It's a way to actually win. I'm talking about because I had it done to me. We didn't go like back and forth like at first when I first played. It was going back and forth. Basically, I was seeing what this person was doing. They had one of those strong arms on. So basically, what they do is, when the ball appear, they will hit it and then hurry up and do like the throw move. Like they'll jump in the air and do like the throw move. And basically, what they do is spike the ball. And the ball gets spiked. I don't care how you hit it; it's coming down fast, and it's hard for you to hit it back in the air. Before you know it, you got your point. You do it again, you got your point. You do it again, you got your point. And that's how I ran into one person that was playing against me in the volleyball like that. But I mean, the volleyball was okay. But the game overall, man, I loved it. I didn't get a chance to use the Pro Controller. I went straight for the Joy-Cons. And I can tell you right now, the one-to-one motion is spot on with the Joy-Cons. I'm talking about spot on.
I like that.
And for you to move in the game, you move your wrist left to right. If you want to move, sidestep. The faster you do it, like the harder you do it, faster you do it, the faster your character will, sidestep. You want to move close, you just tilt your wrist forward and you will, creep up on them. If you do it faster, like forward, they'll move faster. And tilt your wrist backwards, they moving backwards. So once I got all that down, and remember, I didn't remember that my characters jump. And I'm like, man, how these characters? I'm like, damn, that character jump. I'm like, man, I wish I could jump or dodge or something like that. And I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, I can jump. And I pressed the button, and the character I was playing with was the ninja, and he could disappear.
Oh, Ninjara.
Yeah. So what I do is, when I start running into people that kept grabbing me, I'm like, okay, you don't want to fight, you want to grab. That's what you want to do. So basically, what I do is, as soon as I get up, I see that they going for the grab. I jump, disappear, and when I disappear, I maybe move left or right and appear in that position and grab them. Or I just box them in the air as I'm coming down, to get a couple of hits to knock them down. And that's what I do. And it was a cool game. I mean, you ran into some people that, man, ran into one guy that was the mummy. Man, that person came in whooping ass, and that was
OP for real.
That was a Japanese person. I don't know what the name said. I think it just said whoop ass, and that's what he did to me.
I'm telling you, no, the mummy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. The mummy's actually easy to fight. The reason why a lot of people lose to the mummy is because the arms that they choose are not efficient enough to fight the mummy. So, like for example, if you're playing as Ninjara versus Master Mummy, choose the chakram choose the chakram and the last one, the last thing, and set it to whatever arm feels comfortable. Because if you charge the fire ability, like if you charge the rocket fist, it will like leave him into place so you can grab his ass and throw him. And then the chakram will hit him from the side. So if he tries to hit you from the front, just disappears Ninjara to the side and then just that chakram from the side, and it will always hit him. He'll always get lost, and he could not hit you because he's so slow. The only problem with him is that his shield is very powerful, which is pretty much you can't really grab him, so you have to hit him from the side. And he can heal while in that shield position. So that's the only thing that makes Master Mummy pretty hard, but he's very slow. So Ninjara is absolutely his weakness out of the characters. But I mean, I played a lot of this game, and so far I'm getting a lot of the strategy down, which is great. I love it. I love it. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dirty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. I ran into some people that actually was, good. They, they was dodging and weaving and moving, and they didn't stay still too much. I guess they got used to the control, how it go and everything. And I started getting used to the control by the end of the first test. Then when the second test came around, I was ready. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I could do and stuff like that. So this weekend coming up, I'm gonna try the Pro Controller. And
you're gonna love it. I'm telling you this. You're gonna love it already. I know you are. Okay. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to, but I'm telling you, you're gonna prefer the Pro Controller.
But you know what? One thing I would like to see done differently in reference to this game is I would like to see them allowing you to button map, because a lot of ways shielding is a bit difficult. Like you got to press down, and it's like you taking too much strain off of other buttons on the controller.
If I could jump in right there, when you say with the Pro Controller to block with the Joy-Con, is so easy, because what you do is it's like your hands are already up. Now, the only thing you have to do is take both of your hands and your wrists, and you tilt them in. So your right, you're going to tilt in to the left. Your left, you're going to tilt in to the right. And he or her is going to put up their shield. And as long as your hand is like that, it's going to stay blocked. Once you put them back into its original upright position, it's gone. That's how easy. That's how I say it. That one-on-one motion is spot on. And I got myself out of a lot of situations, especially when they did that they special. I was getting up when they knocked me down. I see them doing a special. I'm like, I think I'm gonna be dead. And as my character was getting up, I went for that shield and was blocked everything. Now, how I go on the Pro Controller, you say you have to take your hand off, press down with the Joy-Con to both wrists. Bam, they block it. It's so simple. It was easy. It wasn't like the Wii remote where it was like, oh man, I did for it to block, but it didn't do nothing. It did something else. No, whatever you do is doing it. When you throw a straight punch, it's going straight. If you throw a punch and turn your wrist, it's curving. And I got a lot of people like that, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody had a shield. I forgot who I was blocking. They had a shield. I think it was that green thing, that Hectic or whatever it was. He had a
Helix.
Helix. He had a shield on one hand, and I forgot what he had on the other. But when I threw a punch, he blocked. And what I had on my right hand was the fist, and what I had on my left for the ninja was that blade thing.
The chakram?
Is that what it's called?
The one that kind of tilts to the side instead of straight.
Yeah.
Like a boomerang.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
It's not a boomerang. It's a blade. It's like a blade circle that he.
Yeah, that's a chalkworm, like the circle thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like a frisbee kind of thing, but it's a blade.
Yeah, that thing. And I had that.
Yeah.
And as I was throwing punches, he was blocking it. I'm like, okay. And I just started throwing that blade. It's coming around the corner. Bing! I used to do this all night. And then once he got close enough, you know what I'm saying, I see he started to throw. So then I started to dodge, disappear. I was like, okay, you want to do the throwing game? I can do it as well. But so far, I like the Joy-Cons. So far, I actually was sitting down. Like when I first started, the first match, I was standing up, and I wasn't like throwing my arms all wild and everything like in Wii Sports. It was, oh, there you go right there. I just, lightly, you know what I'm saying, just threw my arm out. And there it was. And I was like, oh man, this is pretty cool. I'm like, it's catching everything that I wanted to do. I wasn't finding myself like, I didn't want it to do that. No, if your wrist does it, it's going to do it. If you make a mistake and tilt to curve the wrong way, it will fall. It's spot on. So now I want to see how the Pro Controller is, but I might find myself playing more with the Joy-Cons. And now since I'm so comfortable with it, I actually sit down and play for the test fire. I don't even stand up. I just sit down, and I was very comfortable sitting down, playing arms.
Digital sent a picture on Twitter, and it's Eminem, and it says his colleague Spaghetti, and it's him with spaghetti arms, and he got M&M's for his fist. It's so funny.
I seen it on my Twitter. Yeah, that was funny.
That is funny. Cute. Thank you for sharing that, Digital. That's hilarious. That is cool. Okay, so Digital said he had to cut the viewing short. He said, I love y'all, gotta go back to moving. I really hate moving. All right, Digital, good luck.
Yeah,
good luck, Digital.
Yeah, because I hate moving.
They were talking about in the comment section too about Little Mac supposedly coming.
I hope so.
To ARMS.
If it does,
that would be.
See Nintendo doing DLC like they did for Splatoon 1 on the Wii U for this game.
Yeah, they already said it. They already said that all DLC is free from this point on. From the game, it's all free from the get-go. So every new character that comes out for ARMS, every character that comes out will be free. Every stage will be free, and every game mode will be for free. Everything is free.
That is amazing. All right, developers, y'all need to take seriously. Yeah. They need to seriously take note. That's amazing. But anywho, I love the game. I think the game is going to do well. I'm glad that they've done this test fire. The only thing I would say in reference to that is Nintendo need to give us dates. Like, don't give us an hour here, an hour there. If you're going to do a test fire, let it be all weekend. I don't get why you're having it, 1 hour here, and then 3 hours later, you get another hour. 4 hours later, you get another hour. Like, why? We're not on allowances. Like, they should just like with every other, well, I ain't gonna say that, but they should, in my opinion, go like the whole weekend as opposed to breaking it up in hour increments. So, I mean, I don't know. Do any of you have any insight on as of to why they do it that way versus the other?
Well, the thing is that because of the limited online ability that the Switch has versus what the PlayStation and the Xbox have, they really want to make sure that they have the online down pat. So what they do is that they condense it to an hour, so that way that everybody comes in at that specific time, very stress test the server and see that it holds up. In a way, it proves that if it goes good, that they got it already down. It's going to work. We're not going to have any issues, or at least hopefully no issues. So if any, so they're really stress testing it and just having the whole world play at that particular time. So they're doing it at different times of the day, so that way that the majority of the world can get a chance to go on and stuff like that. But they're also giving a chance.
The same thing though, Will, if they did it over the course of the whole weekend.
If they did, yes, but the thing is like with the beta, it would be more spread out, because like let's just say that let's say that there's heavy traffic at 7 o'clock at night Eastern time. That's where the most traffic is when people are playing a beta that's open the whole entire weekend. So they're not going to really get a lot of information, except at 7 o'clock. That's where the heavy stuff is, but it's still not everybody. Now with when they do it as a 1 hour increment, that forces people to get online and actually try their game. That's one. And two, it allows them to really stress test the server, really stress test it and say, look, you got a taste of it. In a way, they're killing two birds with one stone. One, they're making you want the game, like, oh my God, I got to play more of it. I got to play more of this. I got to get this game kind of thing. And it works because they did it with Splatoon and they did it with ARMS, and you guys already want to buy the games, right?
Well, I had
already
that anyway.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that now you are secure in your purchase.
Yep.
So now you want to get ARMS. And this is great. And in a way, it'll be like, oh, this is a way that you'd be like, oh my God, ARMS is coming. Like me actually playing this game, I get it. I get it. I want it. I need it. I have to have it. I was addicted to playing it. I was stuck on that. Like I literally started 5 minutes before the hour started, because they did open up their server 5 minutes earlier than expected.
Back to me.
And then they closed it 7 minutes later.
Yep, they did me. So it was 7 minutes later.
Yeah, it was 7 minutes later, and then they cut me off mid-match. But it was so engaging, that entirety of the game. Oh, do you want me to talk about a little bit about the Pro Controller and how that worked? For people who don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the Pro Controller. So the way that the Pro Controller is mapped out is your A, B button are your punch buttons. So A is your right and B is your left. But you can also use the back triggers as well as your left and your right. You use the left stick to move left and right, forward and back, but you can also use it to curve your punches. So once you punch, you can choose to like turn it to the left, so it will curve to the left, or you can choose to curve it to the right, which will curve to the right, or you could just choose to hit it straight, the punch will go straight. When you want to block, you have to click the left stick down, and that's a little tricky. So you have to like hit, so that's the only thing that I have a problem with. It is more precise to grab people with the Pro Controller than it was with the Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons were fun to use, were really, really good. Problem was that my hands got very sweaty on it. That's one. Two, sometimes I'm trying to go for a grab and it doesn't register. It just registered it as a punch. So it is precise, but there's sometimes, and it's also hard to move. Like I'm trying to move quickly to the left or to the right, and my brain just cannot comprehend. So when I played with the controller, all that stuff was away. Because now I knew that if I was going to push left on the stick, I was going left. If I was going to push right, I was going right. If I was going to push forward, I was going to push forward. If I was going to go back, everything was going to move perfectly. If you use the left bumper, if you use the X button on the Pro Controller, that's your dash attack. So you put left and then you keep tapping, and that's your dash. And then Y is your jump button. So you can jump and dash at the same time. It's easier, because the way that the Joy-Cons are is that it's a little bit too small for my hands per se. It's fun and it's good and it works, but and blocking is much easier on the Joy-Cons than it is on the it is, but movement and trying to dodge with the Joy-Cons is a little bit hard, so you really have to get used to it. But with the Pro Controller, in my opinion, that is the way to go. I move like a freak. I move fast, and I love it. And the thing is that like I can dodge enemy attacks really quickly. I can like the only problem I have is the block button. Sometimes it doesn't register when I want it to, and then the fact that you have to hold that button down, and sometimes your finger slips. So like, you know, the game is great in total. I honestly see this being played with the Pro controller. To be honest, it would be like, it's like Mario Kart. There's some people that prefer to play with the Pro controller, and some people that prefer to play with the steering wheel motion controller. So it's kind of like that. You know, whatever feels comfortable to you is what
it offers a different level of play.
Yes.
I mean, it's two totally different ways to play. And to master them both, oh my goodness. You know, I could see this being one of those competitive games that they'll show, you know, where they have competitions and stuff of people playing. I mean, I see it as it possibly being a contender for that.
Yes.
And a darn good one at that. You know, you have to look past the little cartoony graphics of the game. The game has a lot of depth to it, and you have to play it in order to be able to experience it. Watching somebody play it is totally different than you playing it yourself. You can't describe VR. You have to physically experience it yourself. ARMS is one of those games that you have to actually experience it. It's better to experience it yourself than to try to explain it to others, because again, there's two totally different ways to play. And it's the same system. Nintendo. Woo! They are doing it. They're doing it. You know, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the Switch. I'm really excited for these IPs that are coming out. They've always been innovative when it comes to their, you know, their IPs and stuff. And to have an even more, you know, better way to play your video games as opposed to standard controller, to me, that's an amazing thing. Again, you know, the game is so much fun. Now, I can see a lot of rage sessions, definitely. Like, there's going to be some rage going on, as you can see. So, but overall, the game is fun. And it's going to step in your game up because, you know, there are so many different ways to play the game. And I'm speaking beyond the controllers now. There's so many different strategic ways of playing the game. And, you know, you mastering your character is but only a piece of that pie to, you know, to play in the game of ARMS. And I like that they have the other modes too, to break up, you know, the monotony of you just battling. Now, I don't know. I'm wondering, is this how it's going to be when the game is launched? Are they going to automatically just throw you in random matches? Or will you be able to just strictly say, oh, I just want to, you know, battle, or, oh, I just want to play volleyball, or I just want to play basketball, or I just want to, you know, do this, that, and other? Or are they going to do the same thing as here, as have you to just throw you in different random matches with the same people? Because if you notice, if you stay in that same lobby, you're continually playing with the same people. And one thing I didn't like too is when you back out of a lobby to go back into another lobby to play different people, I did not like the fact that all your coins are gone. Your coins have just reset back to zero. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. You know, I had like almost 50-something coins, and you telling me now I got zero?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was just a thing with the test fire, or if that's how the actual end game is going to be. I hope that's not the case, because I don't even know. I mean, don't you use the coins to like buy new arms and level up things and stuff? Isn't that what you use?
Yes. Yes.
So hopefully that's not going to be the case. So, but yeah.
Well, let me explain how the online is going to work from what my understanding is. The way that ARMS is online is going to work is that there's two modes you can play. You can choose to play ranked, which I believe lets you specify what you want to play. So do you want to play ranked basketball, ranked targets, ranked volleyball, ranked fighting, ranked one-on-ones, ranked 4-on-4s? Like, you can set it up in ranked match what you want to rank in. But that's like the hardcore stuff. If you want to play party match or whatever it was called, versus match or party match, I don't remember what it was called, that is free for all, where it will let you go into a room with people and then it'll put random games and put you all against each other and whatnot randomly, the way that it was. So this could just be a temporary thing that they're gonna fix, but or that is not in the final version. This could just be just for the beta, and they just really wanted to test out randomness and stuff. Because honestly, I was kicking ass. Like the last thing that I did, I was in first place with my coins. I made it to 100 coins. I was like, yes! I was winning every match. I was so happy. And it was so great. It was a great feeling. But
well, I started out kicking ass, and then I started losing sight of like, oh shit, I forgot what control does what. And I started messing up. That's a fun game.
It's a fun game. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Dirty, is there anything you want to add about Splatoon before we move on? Splatoon. Arms before we move on.
Yeah, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. There is a learning curve, and I like that Nintendo made it that way. It's not something where I'm pretty sure a lot of people would just look at it and be like, this ain't nothing but like Wii Sports, boxing. We just pick it up and just throw your arms all around and till you knock out your opponent. No, it's not like that. This is a learning curve. It's not a hard learning curve, but it does have, a little bit of challenge to it, and I like that. And I'm glad Nintendo did it that way and not make it so easy, for people to pick up and play. If they just want to throw punches, that's fine. But if you really want to get into the game, you have to use everything. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about the weapons that you want to pick. When I first started, I only used one weapon. I didn't switch. Well, I had one weapon on the left and a different weapon on the right. Just using the same weapons, and you know what I'm saying, I was still winning. But I've seen a lot of people was using, different arms. So I'm like, okay, let me try that, and it's still cool. Some arms you're gonna like better than others. But I like Nintendo put a little learning curve on this game where it's just not a pick up and just waggle and throw your arms everywhere. You win a match of whoever threw their arms the fastest. So I really enjoyed the game. And when I first seen the game, the trailer for it at was it at E3 or I think it was at the E3 at they little direct that they did. When I first seen that, I was like, that game right there, that's going to be a fun game. And I said the exact same thing with Splatoon when I first seen that trailer. I said that's going to be a fun game, and it was a successful game. So hopefully Arms will be the same way successful on the Switch, because that is a fun game, and it's day one for me.
What up, hey? Miss Kate said the game is fun and addictive. Min is dope, but that Mechanica though, that's my girl. Mechanica is OP. Mechanica and Master Mummy are OP in my opinion.
That hammer that Mechanica has can go through anything.
I smashed with that hammer. She knocked me out with that.
That hammer. She is crazy with that hammer. That's what I love about her. And her throw does 4 attacks. 4. It does 4 hits. Oh my God, she is so OP. They gotta fix her a little bit, because she can kill people quickly. The only thing is that she's a tad bit slow and her dodge game is not on point, but she's really good. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's her balance thing. Like Master Mummy, he's really good, but the problem is that what weakens Master Mummy is that time. If you had all the time in the world and you weren't like being counted down or whatever, oh my God, Master Mummy would be such like character. Because you just play him defensively. Like, oh my God, I saw this guy who used Ninjara. Insane. Like, you couldn't hit him. Every time when you threw your fist out, he would disappear and would be this way and this way. I was like, what? But you know what? But then you learn to figure it out. You learn the games. You learn how to trick him. You'd be like, okay, you punch with this arm, but curve with this one. And then he falls right into it. I'm like, yes, I'm getting it. But it was hard as hell to grab him. Like you don't try to grab Ninjara. Don't try it, because that leaves you wide open. It's a punish move.
The only way to grab him if you're not jumping and disappearing. If that person is jumping a lot but not disappearing, you can grab them. Because I grabbed a couple of people that was using him, and they didn't use the disappear, and I was just grabbing them. But me, I jump and disappear on your ass in a minute.
Oh my god.
Miss K said, "Yeah, they are slower, but be more precise. More is dope too."
Oh yes.
I think you know what, Miss K. I think all the characters are good in their own right.
Yep.
They all have really good move sets. They all have really good, arms that you can switch out. And I like how you can charge up your moves. And that's the thing that people weren't doing either. They weren't charging up their moves.
Yeah, because you had too many people like trying to hurry up and rush in to grab you. I noticed.
Yeah, a lot of people just go for the grab. They don't really do anything else.
Me off. I had somebody try that. I'm like, we.
But you learn. You learn.
Yep, somebody tried that mess with me, trying to grab all the time. Like, no, sir, we're not playing them games.
Yeah, I like the 2-on-2 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool too.
But
yeah,
that could be a gift and a curse too, because number one, you could be matched with somebody that's not very good. If they die, then you got two people on you. Number two, one person get thrown, you getting thrown as well, because y'all are tethered together. So, all right. So is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to E3.
All right.
Okay, who would like to get started?
I have a lot to say, so I don't know if Dirty wants to go first or if you want to go first, because I got a lot to say.
Hey, whoever, I don't care.
Wait, you can go first, Will.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna take this one step at a time. Okay, well I think we should. Okay, you ready? You ready? One step at a time. Okay, so you ready? Okay. We're gonna start with Microsoft. Okay, so we already know that the Xbox Scorpio will be revealed, and it will have an official name. Whether it be Scorpio or not, we're not sure. We're gonna get a price. We're gonna get a price. We're gonna get a release date, and we're gonna get a bunch of supposed exclusive games, which I hope is the case for Microsoft. And I'm like, honestly, Xbox needs to bring it this time around. There's gonna be people that are gonna buy it just simply because it's a new console, and there's gonna be people that are gonna buy it. But at this point, Xbox has severely disappointed me. It does have the best online experience. I will give it that. If you got if you're getting all your third-party support on the Xbox, it's a fantastic system. I agree. But if you're looking for exclusive content, you ain't finding it on Xbox because PlayStation got it or Nintendo got it. But there's no exclusives on Xbox except for Gears of War, Halo, and there's only so much you can play of that. You know? There's only so much you can rely on that. Xbox needs to get their stuff together. They need to bring more IPs to the table and bring out more various IPs. Oh, yeah, and Forza, sorry. They need to bring out more various different IPs to this. So my hope for Xbox or for Microsoft is that they bring more exclusive content to their console. I hope that the Scorpio doesn't mean I have to buy a Scorpio to play Scorpio titles. I hope that it's like PlayStation Pro where they let you play the Xbox One, but if you put it on the Xbox Scorpio, it like up-reses it to 4K or whatever. I would be cool with that because I'm not planning on buying this regardless, because I can't put all my cards on Xbox. I need to use what they gave me, what I bought. And I'm not using it. And they're not giving me reasons to use it because all my third-party support goes on PlayStation 4. So Xbox needs to get their shit together, and they need to like literally tell me that we are going to have these exclusive games. They are all right here. I don't want you to throw me a bunch of indie titles. Indie titles are great, but I want exclusive titles, quality content from Xbox, and I want it to be something that I will play. I don't want something that's weird, or well, I can handle weird because Nintendo is full of weird. But I want something that is unique and is not the same thing over again. If I see a Halo 6, which I probably will, if I see Halo 6, if I see Forza 4, whatever the next Forza one is, you know, those are going to be exciting titles, and I will get them if I'm allowed to play them on my original Xbox One. However, if I can't, then Microsoft is dead to me. Like, I'm not even going to give them the light of day. I don't care what exclusives they have. And I know that that's a little harsh, but honestly, like, I spent $500 on this, and I've only beaten maybe 3 exclusive titles on it. Disappointing. And that was Rise, which was a 6-hour adventure. After that was what was it? Halo 5, which that was disappointing in my opinion, and Quantum Break. Those were the only 3 games that I beat on Xbox. That's it. And they weren't that great. And then here I am waiting for Scalebound, gets canceled, and then gets renewed by another company, which means it's not going to be as good as I thought it was going to be. But then again, I don't know because I'm prejudging. But then there was Crackdown 3. Where's Crackdown 3 at? Then they give me Sea of Thieves. I'm like, that's not for me. And so I'm like, where Xbox? You need to give me something. Give me something. Give me something.
About that State of Decay game.
Oh, the State of Decay game, I forgot all about it. Where is it? Where is it? Why haven't we heard anything about it? Where is it at? I forgot that that even existed. Because they don't talk. They don't say nothing. They are literally in the shadows until E3. They'll finally say something, and they know how to sell it, and they know how to market it to people, where people get excited about it and be like, "Oh, I'm buying that game. I'm buying that game." And people will. They will buy the game. But at the end of the day, people are gonna be like, you know, you're gonna feel stiffed. I mean, unless if you get all your third parties on Xbox, I can see Xbox being the choice for you. I'm not telling anybody to not get an Xbox. I'm just saying what I personally want from Xbox. But Xbox is not offering me, specifically me, nothing that is any of interest to me. I like the Crackdown 3. State of Decay does look good now that you brought it back, brought it back into my memory. That looks good. But I don't get my third parties on Xbox, which maybe I probably should. But at the same time, hey,
at least you can get Xbox Live cheaper than you can.
You can, and there are aspects about Xbox that I do like I said, like I do like the fact that you can get Xbox Live cheaper. I do like the fact that they give you the games and you keep the games. Like the gaming with gold is much better than what Sony ever offers on PlayStation Plus. Yeah. And I can agree with that. And the online is much better. There's more apps like Skype that you can use. There's all these other things that you can use. The beaming, the streaming is much better on Xbox. The voice chat is much better on Xbox. There's just so many things that Xbox has to offer. However, my experience with Xbox has been very negative. It's just my experience. I'm not saying that everybody experiences what I experience, and they can call me crazy, but everything that I've experienced on Xbox has been mediocre to just not great. Like, honestly, it takes forever for my Xbox to turn on. The game, the Kinect never reads me if I have it connected. It never hears me. Like, it lags when I'm trying to look for a game or going to my games and apps folders to play a game. I'm trying to move the controller. It's like there's no. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't come right. I have to upgrade the system. I have to constantly do this. I have to constantly change my password because I don't use it all the time. So it always asks me, "Will, change your password, change your password." So I always have to. And then it's just by the time I play it, it feels like I'm gaming on a PC again. And though that's great for a lot of people, but whenever I play on a PC, it's always I got to update this, I got to update that, I got to do this, I got to go into that, I got to do this. And then by the time I play the game, I'm not into it. Like I'm done. I don't need this. I just want to get into the game and I want to play it, which is why I love Nintendo, because Nintendo's the only company that does that. PlayStation doesn't do that anymore either. They used to. Some games they do, and some games they don't. But Xbox party right now, and very little first party. So a lot of their first party titles go right into just like, oh, you gotta wait for this to load up. Make sure that you're connected to the internet. Make sure this is this and this.
EJ made a comment. He said, "Can we please get shorter installing times, please? PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox." Then he said,
"I agree. I agree." And the thing is that I hate this generation because this generation has been relying on internet way too much. You know, you need to be constantly connected. And I honestly think that the reason why we're having so many problems is because of the DRM that was supposed to be, that was coded into the Xbox, that they took out with an update. And sometimes it conflicts. I don't think the new Xbox suffers with that problem because they probably edited the code out, which is why the new Xboxes run more smoothly than the older ones. But like and same thing probably with PlayStation. Like the PlayStation Pro probably runs a hell of a lot better than the original PlayStation, and the PlayStation Slim, the same thing. But the thing is that so I'm kind of gotten the shorter end of the stick here, with Microsoft, and this is just it. Like honestly, like the patching takes so long to put in the system. Like why does it every time I gotta turn on my console, an update appears? And I understand that there's sometimes where you can, if you have your Xbox or your PlayStation on sleep mode, it will auto update like at 2 o'clock at night or something like that, and then you'll be okay and everything's fine, and then you don't even see that. Sometimes that doesn't even work. Sometimes I'm like playing the game and then the update pops up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta like update. You know, it's annoying. It's annoying. And it's stupid. And honestly, this generation has pissed me off, and I'm really getting tired of that. Like here we are in the middle of the generation. We're literally in the middle of the generation, and we're still having these problems. How is this a thing?
Well, how much better or worse is it going to be on the newer system when they launch?
Exactly, and that's my problem.
3 systems out anyway within the span of what, 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why is there the original Xbox One? Why is there an Xbox One Slim? Why is there a Scorpio coming out? Why do we have a regular PlayStation 4? Why we have a PS4? Whatever the hell it is, the what is it? The Pro, and then now wait, is that it for them?
No, they have the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, the PS4 Slim and then the Pro. Why? Why do they have all these various iterations of the same freaking system? And people go out and buy it because they come out with it. They just go out and buy it. Like, oh yeah, I need to upgrade. No, you don't.
See, this is what Microsoft and Sony should have done. There should be no Scorpion coming out unless it's your next generation system. There shouldn't be a Xbox One S Slim on the shelves. It shouldn't be a Pro on the store shelves, because basically what we should have is what we have right now. Now, if you want to move into 4K, this E3 would have been the best time to tell gamers, hey, the near future, when next generation comes, our consoles are going for 4K. There is no need to push us now in this generation to 4K, and nobody has the 4K. Like when they announced the Xbox S and the Pro talking about 4K, nobody had a 4K TV. Even in YouTube gaming, I would probably say maybe 1% had a 4K TV. And still the people that's in YouTube now still doesn't have a 4K TV, but they have these upgraded consoles. For what reason? I have no idea, because you're not getting the experience out of it. I'm sorry. I didn't upgrade because I'm like, why would I upgrade if I don't have the TV to see what I'm supposed to see? I'm fine with 1080 or 900p. I'm fine with it. Nothing wrong with it. The graphics that we have are not ugly, not one bit. Now, if you want to complain about the type of games that they're giving us, then by all means go ahead. But the graphics that they're giving us, there's nothing wrong with them. I don't need to see, you know what I'm saying, Halo in 4K right now. If you would have tell me this year, hey, in the near future, when we start upgrading our consoles, the next Xbox will be 4K. The next PlayStation 5, whenever we announce it, will be 4K. That makes me look as, oh man, it's gonna be 4K. All right, well, I'm gonna start looking into getting a 4K, pricing these 4K TVs because when they came out, guess what? Microsoft and Sony didn't tell you. They didn't tell you what
Mhm.
type of fucking 4K TV you need. So you had some people out of YouTube land going out buying 4K TVs that didn't have HDR
And not
in
be supported.
it.
Yep.
Those consoles did not support the TV, or the TV did not support the console because they did not tell you about HDR. And I'm like, what the? When they finally said HDR, I'm like, what the hell is HDR? I never heard of it. And I started looking up. Not every 4K TV that's in your local Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and all that has HDR. Those 4K TVs that was just on sale last Black Friday, last November, flew off the shelves. But guess what? When I researched them, none of them had HDR in it. The ones that had HDR in it, you were spending $800 and up. So if I would have went out and brought this without doing research and without these two idiots telling me that I need this type of TV to see the upscale graphics, I still would have been messed up because I got the wrong damn TV. It don't support it. So I'm still looking
Yep.
so I'm still looking at a 1080p TV screen, on a 4K. I was like, that's crazy. That is crazy. They messed up this generation.
They
Sony and
did.
Microsoft messed up this generation. And I had to throw some gamers in there too. But this generation I do not like at all. This is like one of the to me one of the worst to game generation. Period. I had fun last generation with the 360, the PS3, and the Wii. Well, with the Wii and the Wii U, I had fun with those. Even with the GameCube and PS2, I had fun. I cannot remember any generation since I've been gaming since fucking Atari that I didn't really have too much fun with. It's this generation that I don't know. It had me with gaming. It was like I wasn't too hyped for games. It's like when games come out, it's like, should I get it day one? I get it on sale because it's going to be on sale in 2 weeks. These games now they go on sale in like 2 weeks. I noticed that. And a lot of people, I was running to get certain games when I first got my Xbox and PlayStation 4 day one, get this stuff day one. And as later down the line, I started to see that these games that I'm rushing out to get, the same damn games is on sale within less than a month at Best Buy. And that's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. That is ridiculous. When I brought UFC 2, I brought the deluxe version day one. I think it was like 69 or 79 bucks. Tell me why the next week both version was online. The standard version and the deluxe version was on sale at Best Buy. I had to find my receipt. Lucky I ain't throw it away and take my receipt back to Best Buy so they could refund me money because the game was on fucking sale the next week and it just came out Tuesday and they had it on sale Sunday. I'm like, what? I had like 2 or 3 games done to me like that. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So it's like now it's not even worth grabbing majority of these games day one because they go on sale within like two weeks to a month. They on sale, $39.99. A $60 game, $39.99, $29.99. That's crazy. But Like I said, I don't care too much for this generation. Especially within you got to install everything. When I come home, I want to put the game in and play it. I literally have to let the thing install. Like when I look at a game like and I play it all the time, Call of Duty 4, um, the remastered. That game alone, when you install, because you got to install the Call of Duty Advance, whatever it was, the newest one, and then there's a install for the remastered version. Why is the remastered version, when you look, it takes up 65.8 gigabytes of storage? Why? It's a remastered version from last generation that fit on that 8 gig disc that we had. How you go from 8 gigs to 65.8 gigabytes of install? That is crazy insane. There's no way that game is that damn huge. I'm sorry, it's not. That game is not that damn huge. That is a remastered from 10 years ago. And that is ridiculous.
I agree.
But yeah, I'm sorry, Will. Go ahead.
Oh no. I wanted people to mention about Xbox because I was going to go on PlayStation and I was going to go on Nintendo. I was going to go off on all three. So I guess we'll go on PlayStation. Do you have anything to say about Microsoft?
You know what? I got one more thing with Microsoft. The Scorpion. A lot of people is hyped for the Scorpion. I'm not. To me, the Scorpion should be your next generation console. The way you build that machine, it outdoes your regular Xbox and the S. It totally outweigh them both. Why is this not a next generation? Okay, if this Scorpion gets exclusive like everybody want for the original Xbox, if this thing gets exclusive, where do that leads the people that own the original Xbox One and the S? Like, where do that lead us? Because, like you say, Cuphead. Why does it take? How long we been looking at Cuphead? Like 3, 4 years?
Yeah.
Don't, you mean to tell me you can't put Cuphead out and it's a side scroll shooter? Cuphead is going to be somehow it's going to be exclusive to the Scorpion. I guarantee you Crackdown 3 is going to be exclusive to the Scorpion. That Scalebound they doing, they want to redo, is going to be exclusive to the Scorpion. That's what's Microsoft is messing up at, because now you're alienating people. You're making the people that just brought an S and the people that have the original Xbox like, man, I need to go ahead and upgrade it. You making me upgrade again if I have just brought a goddamn S. If I would have went out last year and brought an S, now you're telling me that I have to upgrade to the Scorpion and get a damn TV. That's crazy. And nobody is saying anything. But I know one thing, if it was Nintendo doing this with the damn Wii U, upgrading the Wii U and calling it the Pro, people will be in the uproar. There'll be so many damn videos on the internet about Nintendo doing this and how they are, raping their fans and trying to get over. But when Microsoft and Sony does it, everyone claps. Oh, I'm gonna get it. But the other people is going to be left out and forcing them to get a Scorpion. You're not going to tell me you don't have no exclusive for the original Xbox One, but now all of a sudden you have it for the Scorpion? Like, that's ridiculous. And nobody is thinking about this. Everybody's just thinking about teraflops. That is crazy. And it's crazy that no one is looking at this, saying anything. They just letting it fly because it's Microsoft. Oh, well, Microsoft, they give me the games that I want. So, yeah, I ain't going to say nothing. But if Nintendo did this, oh, you can hang it up. It'll be so many damn videos on YouTube about how Nintendo is just overdoing their fans. they messing up the industry doing this and blah blah skippy. They forcing you into 4K and no one has 4K TVs and they will give you the percentage of how many 4K TVs is in the homes across America, but they won't do it with Microsoft and Sony. That's all I got to say because I keep going.
Leanne, do you have anything to say, Hattie?
No, Miss Tay said the Scorpio is basically entry-level PC, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, it is.
It looks like that's where we're headed, though. It looks like
that is where we're headed.
To PC, so why not just buy a freaking PC?
Well, no, I'm just saying that Microsoft is heading that direction. They're basically selling you a Steam machine that's just powerful enough to run in 4K.
But yeah, don't tell me that, you know what I'm saying, that you're not going to leave the fans of the original Xbox One behind. Because they were saying like, oh, everybody's going to get the same games. No, we're not. Because if I get a Scorpion, I'm not looking to play games on the Xbox One. I don't want to buy a game that I can put in my Xbox One and play it, then take it out and put in my Scorpion and play it. No, I want to buy a game that I can only put in my Scorpion and play because I want developers to take the time out to learn the console and build it from the ground up. Not build it from the ground up from an old 4-year-old console and then just upscale it on a new console that I brought. No. Like, I want you to work on games that's supposed to be on the Scorpion. Mm-hmm. Like, I want it built from the ground up. I want to see the technology that, Microsoft put into this thing. I want to see the games built from the ground up or what these games can do. I already know what they can do on the Xbox One. So I don't want to see, you know what I'm saying, Cuphead for the Xbox One, but I can take it and still put it in. No, I don't want that. Because what is the use of this high-end console if I'm still playing the games from the Xbox One? That's what I don't understand. That's why I don't see why people are not getting it as, yeah, it could be a high-end PC, whatever you want to call it. But if it's still playing Xbox One game, there's no use of buying this thing because I'm not getting the fair use out of it. That's just like the Switch. If the Switch was still using Blu-ray disc, what is the purpose of me buying a Switch when I know the Wii U games can play on it? There's no purpose of me buying a Switch. I might as well just keep the Wii U and just keep buying the games and it'll play in the Wii U. That's what I don't understand with this Scorpion. I don't care about it's a high end. If it's a high end, exclusive games only. I don't want to see no game. Oh, it can also play on the Xbox One. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear nothing like that. It better have its own games. But Microsoft is saying, oh, we don't want to split our consumers. But you are. You're doing it. But nobody want to call this stuff out, and I don't understand it.
They don't, and they never will, and that sucks because they don't. The thing is that at the end of the day, these companies, look, the reason why I believe that Microsoft has shut up for so long and has not said anything is because bad news is coming. If you have an Xbox One or an Xbox One S, sorry, but your console is not powerful enough to handle games like Cuphead and Crackdown 3 and Scalebound and all these games that are going to be coming out. You're going to need to purchase this $400 system. You may not have the TV for it, but you're going to have to purchase this if you want the full experience or whatever. I just feel like that's what they're going to do. And
I don't believe that console is going to be $400. If Microsoft make this $400, I guarantee the lifespan of this Scorpion, whatever they're going to call it,
it might be more than that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking it's going to be more than $400. I'm looking at least.
If they sell it for $500, they are stupid. They will lose instantaneously because that is too expensive for a console. They need to sell it at $400 They need to sell it at $400 or cheaper if they want to compete with PlayStation.
Will they?
And they need to have games.
They can. I'm telling you, if
I
Microsoft,
know they can't, but they have to sell at a loss if they want to get ahead.
right now, if Microsoft does this and make this thing $400 or less, that means the entirety lifespan of this Scorpion, they would never see a dime of money of each console sold. Then that means to tell me Nintendo should have took the time out and made the Switch a little more powerful than they did and just took a damn loss.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is ridiculous. There's no way a company, when you're looking to make money. Sometimes you have to lose money to make money. But if you've been losing money every damn generation you came out with, how can you still be in business? That is just crazy.
It is.
How can you still be in business and you damn near didn't make a dime for the 360 because you had to replace damn near like 60% of the fail rate of the 360 with the red ring of death? How did you make money?
They rushed the product out. That's what happens when you rush a product out. You get a whole bunch of problems. Like, you know, if the Switch were to all of a sudden have like problems, like, I don't know, like the screen won't turn on or something like that, or it overheats, or like the left Joy-Con issue, or, you know, just a bunch of things. This is, you know, or the scratching the screen, you know, myth. Things are going to happen in this generation. Like PlayStation had the yellow light of death, had the same thing, but it just happened much later. And by then they were making slims and people were upgrading and it wasn't a big deal at that point. So at that point, you know, it was upsetting that you spent $600 on that thing that was eventually going to break anyway. It's pretty disappointing. But all right, well, let's go into Sony because Xbox pissed me off. So let's go to Sony and let me get pissed off a little more. Okay. Now, look, Sony has, when it comes to Xbox, Sony has more exclusives coming to me. But for god dang, remasters are ridiculous. You are literally reselling us a generation that already happened. That is what you're selling us. And you're throwing HD graphics on it. I'm so sick of it. The only actual game that came out that was a new IP was Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out at the end of February. We're getting Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, which is a remaster of that. In July, we're getting Final Fantasy 12 remaster. We are getting like I can't with them. Okay, so God of War 4, we already know that there's going to be a new God of War coming out. So there's a new God of War coming out. Last of Us 2 is coming out. We know Red Dead Redemption has been delayed to 2018. So Xbox is getting that too. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be making a showing at E3 supposedly, and so is Final Fantasy 7 Remake, but those are not going to be coming out. They're going to be coming out in the next 3 years. Why would you announce something that clearly isn't ready?
Yep.
Let me tell you something about PlayStation. This is what pisses
me off.
Yes, like with PlayStation. This is what pisses me off about PlayStation. They will announce games years, like literally. They just created a trailer for the first trailer. They didn't even start working on a damn game yet. Do you know how upsetting it was when I found out that I was excited when I saw that Final Fantasy 7 was getting a remake? I was like, what is this? What is this? I'm like, oh my God, it's Final Fantasy 7 remake. To find out that the director didn't even know he was the director of it until he saw the trailer. I'm like, what?
That is so.
I didn't even know that I was the director of this. I didn't even know we were working on it. So I'm like, who worked on the trailer? So I was like, oh my God. So now he's working on Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 7. To find out that Final Fantasy 7 is going to be split into 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're going to charge you $60 for each of them. And the first
$40 for that game.
And yes, and then on top of that, guess what? It ain't coming out for PS4 because by the time that comes out, it's going to be 2020. So they're just going to not release it on PS4 and put it on PS5.
Then they should be able to do it in one foul swoop then. Since
honestly,
the hardware is supposed to be there to be able to handle it.
Game. It's a big game. I do give it that because it's a big game. When you play the original one, if you're rebuilding what that game offered from the ground up, which is not going to be as good as the original, I'm saying that right now. So once you rebuild that from the ground up and you rebuild it, oh my God, you're just going to be no. It's going to take a very long time because there's a lot of scenes, a lot of effects, a lot of things that happen because in our minds, we picture something a certain way because that's how we envisioned it. It was like when we played Final Fantasy VII, it was like playing a book. You know, the characters' voices sounded the way you wanted it to sound. The just everything was, your mind basically filled in the mistakes. This one is going to be like, okay, well, this looks nice and whatnot, but watch it be mostly cutscenes, and that's what's going to piss me off. Watch them take certain things out that were really good, and they're going to take them out because of time constraints. You know, it's not going to be a good game. I can already tell that Square Enix has not made a great game since Kingdom Hearts 2. That is terrible. They got rid of Hitman. They got rid of Hitman. The only game that they got was Tomb Raider, and that wasn't even made by Square Enix. It was made by Eidos, whatever, that company that does the Tomb Raider games. I don't think it's Eidos anymore. I don't know, whatever. Then there's IO Interactive, and now they're selling that. So at this point, Square Enix is relying on the Final Fantasy name. So this is so stupid. I waited 10 years for Final Fantasy 15. Was hoping for a damn masterpiece. Did I get one? No, I did not. I got a forgettable experience that just looked good. And honestly, that's what I'm expecting out of Final Fantasy 7. At this point, I'm not even excited about Final Fantasy 7. When I look at it, I said, oh, that would be great when it's in my hands. And I try it for myself. Because honestly, I know that Tetsuya Nomura is not going to direct the whole thing. They're gonna take him off of it, and then he's gonna either have to focus completely on Kingdom Hearts, and that's it. Kingdom Hearts is already in talks of not even being finished. That they're gonna force it to be released in 2018, and the game won't be finished, and that they're gonna charge you DLC after DLC. They said that this is the future of where games are gonna go. Games are gonna be unfinished, and they're gonna start selling you episodic content the entirety of the game. So you're paying $60 plus $20 plus $20 plus $20 just to, the game won't be finished. It won't even have a conclusion.
Well,
it'll be
to be on the Switch.
And honestly, Nintendo's the only hope left in actual gaming experience. This is why I like the fact that they are always a console behind. The reason why is because these companies, they like literally put themselves in a position where they're way ahead in time. But then time moves so fast that it makes them behind. Nintendo has been behind. And like honestly, it gave their chances for a team to master what the people who were way ahead of time couldn't. So what the Xbox and PlayStation suffered, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation suffered in, Nintendo's going to excel at. So, in certain aspects. Now, we don't know. I'm going to get to Nintendo in a minute. But honestly, Sony, I don't trust them no more. I really don't. When it comes to their games, I'm waiting for reviews to come out. I'm going to look at what people say, I'm going to look at streamers and see what they think about it and whatnot before I even consider making a purchase. Because like Dirty said, games come out, they're not patched, or that they are patched with the day one patch, and then the game ends up being like, oh look, this game is 7 gigabytes, okay. And then next thing you know, day one patch is like, there's the other 50, you know, like there's the other 50 gigs, okay. Like Tony Hawk did that. Tony Hawk was a 7 gig game. And then the update that supposedly fixed a lot of the problems that were with it brought it up to 50 gigabytes.
Yep.
What the hell? Are you serious? Like nothing, no game that has come out has been groundbreaking for me. I think, well, Horizon Zero Dawn was really good. It was really, really good. But honestly, I haven't felt a moment of, wow, that game was so groundbreaking. Like this is the definition of this console generation. Like The Last of Us was the definition of the PS3.
Yeah.
You know, like when you played that, it was like, whoa. Like, whoa. Uncharted 4 didn't do it for me. Uncharted 4 was a great game. Very great game. But the problem was that Uncharted 4 was just, it just felt like too much like Uncharted 3 and 2 and 1. I felt like this one didn't bring anything really new except for the hook mechanic. And the graphics were just way better. And I'm like, that's not enough. That's not enough. And to be honest, I didn't think it was the best story of the series. But that's just my opinion. And, you know, I mean, but it was a great game. I loved it. I loved the Easter eggs with it. I loved all the things about it. I mean, honestly, ideas and they don't sell. Like they can like kind of make you a little bit excited. Like, ooh, that PlayStation VR looks really nice. And then they charge you $500 for it. I'm like, okay. Oh, that Vita is such a great idea. Let me charge you $249, plus you got to pay $100 for a proprietary memory card that's only 32 gigabytes, and it has no in storage. Oh, and by the way, you know, we're not going to support this in 2 years. So say hello to your freaking, whatchamacallit. Oh, there's remote play on this. PlayStation TV comes out. Oh, the remote play is horrible. I'm like, oh, God, really? Now it went on clearance. I mean, like, seriously, anything that Sony releases that isn't a main console always goes down in the mud. They need to copycat Nintendo in order to be successful. Nintendo. Let's go to Nintendo. Nintendo. And this purpose needs to, this E3 needs to sell that Switch. They better not. And I know they're going to. I know they're going to. So I'm not even going to be hyped for the Nintendo press conference. Because honestly, well, not the press conference, the Nintendo Spotlight, whatever. Okay, so I already know that they're going to show us Fire Emblem Heroes. Okay, that's Hyrule Warriors for Fire Emblem characters. That's Dynasty Warriors, basically. Okay, cool. All right, so they have Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Probably going to get delayed to next year. So, disappointing news. They're going to probably tell us when the online finally comes out. So I'm like, okay, we're probably going to get a new Kirby game, but no Metroid. No Smash Brothers because that's in the way of freaking ARMS. We may get a Pikmin game, possibly. Maybe an Animal Crossing game, and that will be the big shocker. There's not going to be no Pokemon game unless if it's Pokken Tournament. There is literally, it's going to be, honestly, I think it's just going to be Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey, and they're going to make you want to buy it. Like, oh, I want it. Oh, God, I want Mario Odyssey. But they're not going to have much. I'm like, well, what's going to, they said, well, ARMS is for June. ARMS is for June. Splatoon is July. They're going to probably have some game that's going to fill in the August slot. Fire Emblem Heroes is going to fill the September and October slot. And then Mario Odyssey is going to fill the fall slot. And that's it. Now, we just need to know what third party Nintendo's actually going to get. We know that we're getting Skyrim. We know that we're getting the NBA 2K games. We know that we're getting a few other things. But as far as we know, we don't really have solid third-party support. Maybe we'll get the new Assassin's Creed. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something else. Oh, yeah, we're getting the Mario Raving Rabbids for August. That's what the August title is. Then we're getting Fire Emblem Heroes for either September or October, or we're going to have some sort of September game. Then in November, we're probably going to get the Virtual Console support. And then in December, we're getting Mario Odyssey. Or they're just going to probably just say it's delayed till next year. And if they do, they better have something there. Something there. And they're going to tell you how much they're going to charge for the Nintendo thing. They're going to tell you, ooh, we're going to have, you know, this chat thing, this chat support that you're going to use your cell phone. Honestly, I'm expecting Nintendo to freaking drop the ball and just, like, be like, oh, crap, we missed. They better not, because this Switch is a great idea, and I do not want them to mess it up. And I want them to actually make me excited. I hope Smash Brothers is announced. I hope that I'm wrong with that. Because if they can at least announce that in Mario Odyssey, I'll be okay. I could wait for another year. But at this point, you know, I already know that we're getting a new Fire Emblem game for next year. That's an actual Fire Emblem game. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to show. I really hope that it's nothing disappointing. I believe we're going to probably get new IPs and not returning IPs. So if there's any games that we're getting, it's new IPs. Or IPs that are new that feature Nintendo characters. And honestly, I think this E3 is going to be really cool in trailers. We're gonna be excited about the trailers that we're gonna see, but we're gonna be very disappointed in the release dates. That's all. Like, honestly, we're gonna be wowed at E3. There's gonna be a lot of games that we're gonna really like. All of us. Something is gonna grab us. Be like, ooh, I want that. I want that. I want that. It's gonna be like a typical E3. But then after you let it settle, you're gonna be disappointed. And I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but I honestly am going in this with absolute low expectations because I want to be wowed. I want to be wowed. And whatever Nintendo does or whatever Nintendo gives me, I'll take, or whatever Sony offers, I'll be like, okay, I'll take that one and that one. I won't get all of them. I'll just take this one and this one. I'll take this one and this one from Nintendo, and I'll take that one and that one from Xbox, if Xbox allows me to play it. Honestly, these games are getting lazier. They're getting more broken. None of these games are being stand out. They're even relying on old IPs, and that's not working. They're really trying it. Honestly, don't expect Metroid at Nintendo's E3. And if I'm wrong in anything that I'm saying, I will gladly say that I'm wrong next podcast. I said, yep, I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. So the podcast after E3, I will say, yep, I was wrong, and I'm glad to say that I was wrong. But I'm just stating what I'm stating. That's it. And I'm trying not to be so disappointing. I mean, because ARMS is great, and Splatoon is looking fantastic, and all these other games are looking fantastic. Like Mario Odyssey looks like it's going to be really good, and I believe Nintendo's going to deliver on the fun factor. But I feel like the Nintendo community is expecting way too much of Nintendo. Getting virtual console support? No, we're not going to get virtual console support. They think we're getting Smash Brothers? We may not, because honestly, that's going to get in the way of ARMS. Literally, more people love Smash Brothers than they love ARMS. ARMS is a new IP. I understand that there's going to be people that are going to buy both, but I have a feeling that the online will not be existent. People want GameCube emulation support. I believe we will get it sometime down the line. I just don't think it's going to be this year. I honestly think that we may get virtual console support this year, but it's not. It's going to be a disappointing list. It's not going to be anything. We may get Mother 3. That may be a possibility. We've been asking for it, but you know how Nintendo never listens. But honestly, I don't know. This is a new president. This is a new console with a new president. This is going to be the first, well, technically, the second E3. This is going to be the second E3 with a new president and a new direction. So if this E3 is anything, because already I hear that it's going to be a half-hour long, which that pisses me off. Now, unless if they're going to do it in that, like, let's quickly go through these as fast as we can, and then we'll go through them on the Nintendo Treehouse, which I hope is what they do. Then I'll be okay, like, ooh, we got this, we got all these indie games. Wonderful. This is going to come out this time. You can expect this to come out at this time. You can expect this to come out this time. I'm like, okay, cool. Ooh, new Kirby game. New this. Ooh, cool. Metroid! Ah! You know, or something like that. You know, that my hopes and dreams are there. But at this time, I'm just trying to keep it down. I'm like, we ain't getting no Metroid. We are not getting Smash. We are not getting any of these games. Though Smash looks like it's likely, we're not getting Smash. And I hate to be that person, and I hope I'm wrong. But I think if they do announce Smash at E3, which they very well might, that it's going to be very late. Like, they're going to give it to us in November just so they can give ARMS a time to establish and get its footing. And that's just my guess. That's my E3 experience. Very depressing, I know. But it's a very depressing E3, and I hate to be that person. But I'm just trying to be realistic. E3 has disappointed me so many times in the past, and there was times where I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I was expecting Nintendo to be like, really? That's all you're going to show me is Breath of the Wild? That's it? You're not going to give me nothing? But Breath of the Wild was a fantastic thing. The way that they did it, the way that they presented it, it was freaking fantastic. But then at the same time, you're like, like, it still didn't have a release date. It didn't have anything, and then after that, we had to wait for the NX to be called the Switch in October. And so we're gonna have to wait till probably our October or November to get that direct that's actually gonna tell us the 2018 games that are really gonna come out next year. Because Nintendo doesn't seem to be. They're gonna just showcase what they have for this year, maybe a couple titles for next year. That's just my guess, though. Honestly, I feel like they're going to just focus on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They're going to say that that Monster Hunter game that was just announced is going to be there. Yeah, the XX. Did you see what that thing can do? You can play with people who have 3DSs. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
That is awesome. And then you can play the 3DS version on your TV. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, like, at least that's what the Japanese commercial said. So you can play with 3DS people. The Switch with the 3DS people, you can put the Switch on your TV, take it on the go. It's crazy.
Come out like how long? A month or so before it comes out here? Don't it come out over in Japan?
Usually, it could be anywhere.
It
comes out in Japan. Like, I can see Japan getting that like in fall of this year, and we get it like in May of next year.
Okay.
Usually it's like 5 or 6 month wait, but yeah, because it's translation things and stuff like that, so that's why it takes so long. But honestly, I mean, I'm excited for that. The fact that a Monster Hunter is coming, I mean, on a Switch, that's exciting, and you can play it on 3DS if you don't have a Switch, which I believe is very smart. It's not the prettiest looking Monster Hunter game, but it's a Monster Hunter game because literally they just up-res the 3DS version. So it's not going to be a Switch experience kind of thing, but it's still a Monster Hunter game that you can play on an HD screen, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I love this thing. The Switch is going to sell really well. My only problem is that if they announce that SNES Mini, I hope the gaming community boos Nintendo. Though it's not a press conference and it's just a thing, they better not announce a SNES Classic. They better not.
If they do, they need to open it up for pre-orders online. They could still.
No, if they do, they better make enough in damn stock is what they need to do. And they need to keep it in stock. What they should do is that they should just make a pack online that you can purchase on your Switch. If you want this console, then you can get this console, and that's fine. If you want a physical version that kind of brings you back to nostalgia, then allow that to happen. But allow it to also be a pack on the Switch that I'll just pay $60 and then I'll get all 30 games. I would be okay with that.
Man,
and that it gives me the layout and everything.
I still want it in the little form factor.
Yeah, but like, you know, for you, you know, it would be ideal for you to get the console. For people like me, I could care less about getting it. I just want the games that are on it, and I want the features that it has. I do want it for collector's purposes, yes. But because of this NES Classic nonsense, it would be stupid for them to just release the SNES Classic. Honestly, it would be. And honestly, I feel like they should just release. They should just release those games on Virtual Console and sell them in packs. That's just my opinion. I mean, it's cool that they put it in these little form factors, and for more power to them. Make it limited bundles if you want to, and then whoever gets it can get it. But I'm not gonna wait in line for no damn SNES Classic. Just like I tried waiting in line for that NES Classic. Nope. No. 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 Waste of time. And then the fact that they canceled it after it was in demand, that was the biggest F you to fans that you could ever have done. You know, there were people that really wanted it. And then the scalpers got to it because you didn't make enough. And then you cancel it. And then you're forcing people to spend $350 to $500 on one? Ridiculous. So this E3, they better say that Virtual Console is gonna be on the Switch, and that the NES Classic titles are all there in a pack that you can purchase for $40, $50, I don't know. And then I would be okay with that. I'd be like, okay, me and you, Nintendo, we're cool. We're cool. But no. I'm sorry. But anyways, that's my entire rant of the whole entire E3. I'm sorry that took a hell of a lot longer than I wanted it to be. But I'm just so frustrated. Every year I feel like I'm getting more and more frustrated with this with just all three companies. Like, honestly, it's like, why? Like, honestly, now I get why the rumors that E3 may not be no longer a thing are actually, you know, valid, because there's technically no need, because none of these games are ever finished. They have no trailers, they have nothing, and then when they show us trailers, the trailers are misleading, especially Ubisoft's press conference. Whenever you look at Ubisoft's press conference, you know they whatever you're seeing is bullshit. That is not the final that's not the final look that you're getting. That may be what it would look like on PC, but that's not what you're getting on your console. And if they do, they're probably going to say, oh, this is what it would look like on the PS4 Pro. This is what it would be like, what it would look like on the Xbox Scorpio. Mm-hmm. I'm so sick of how these companies are running. Like, what happened? But of course, we don't live in the old days. We live in the future where the internet ruins everything.
The other thing I'm looking for Sony is a God of War. I want to see the new God of War. Understand exactly what time period this is in.
Oh, they already said it. It's going to be in the Valkyrie period.
So basically, that's still Kratos, right? He just
is, well, as far as I know, it's probably a reboot, and this is Kratos, but it's a different Kratos in a different time period and with different gods.
Okay.
It's Norse mythology.
Okay, I can deal with that. That's a game I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that. I always forget the name of this game. They were showing it where it was like a bunch of like zombies chasing this guy around. And
Decay?
Is that what it was? He was going. He was like in the forest or something like that. He was running through houses.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He has like the motorcycle, and there was like millions of zombies coming out of the train and stuff like that, and you could like throw it, turn on fire.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot what it was called. Something called Days something.
Days In? Was it Days In?
No, I think it's Days Gone or something like that.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
I'm actually looking forward to that game and whatever else, they got exclusive, coming out. I'm hoping we're not going to hear about anything about a new upgradable PlayStation. Which knowing Sony, I believe they will. I believe
they might.
I believe Sony will announce something. Because of the Pro. The Pro trying to go up against the Scorpion I don't think it's going to look good. So Sony will have to do something to compete with that Scorpion, because I don't think the Pro can. It can, but you know how certain gamers are on YouTube. They'll find a way to say that,
Yeah.
oh, this is not 4K and it's upscale 4K. Oh, it's 2K. Ooh, it's 2K. It's not 4K. I could tell a big difference between that. But I believe Sony will announce another console, which is going to be ridiculous. And I'm with you on with Sony. I don't like how Sony throws out all these different type of experience for you to have, and then just walk away from it and expect people to buy it and third party to take care of it for Sony. Like
Hmm.
with the VR, like nobody is talking about VR. It's like VR is another example. VR is something you have to experience for yourself, not me telling you, but
Yeah.
the price tag on it, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty high. And then it's like you're not getting full games, you're getting like experience games just to experience it in, you know, VR.
It's 3D all over again.
Yeah,
Remember
it
when
it
Sony was trying to sell 3D games, and how good did that turn out? Nobody ever used it.
yeah, and even with the PlayStation TV, the PlayStation Move, all this stuff Sony put out there because they seem like it's a hot commodity and people would buy it, but they didn't take care of it. It's like they just put it out there and they just walked away from it. Like, okay, if you buy it, that's good. We'll have third party support it, but they don't support it. They just put it out there. So that's one thing I don't like about Sony is they console they'll take care of their console, but anything other than a console they just throw it out there and pray that third party will stick around to put stuff on there so people can, keep it moving off the shelves. Um,
Yeah.
this E3, my main thing I want from them is to know about this online. Nintendo has just been too damn quiet for me with this online thing, with the voice chat and everything. Give people the option. I don't want them to do this whole you gotta hook your phone up or whatever they doing through the phone in order for me to talk to you guys. That just sounds ridiculous. Give me what Microsoft and Sony is doing with voice chat and call it a goddamn day. Microsoft has it where if I'm online and I decide to put on my headset and I hear a bunch of idiots talking like idiots, guess what I could do? I could mute them.
Hmm.
I don't have to hear them talk just stupid stuff. This is what Nintendo should be doing. Stop trying to, handle this for me. I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing. If you put the options in there, I will use them. I can block people, I can mute people. Give us the option. Stop trying to tell us this is what you need. Stop trying to tell us this is how it should be done. No, just give us the regular way. I don't want to. I'm skeptical how this is going to work with a phone. It just sounds stupid to me with a phone.
Yeah, it really does.
Like a phone? Like really? A phone? I might as well just call y'all up on Skype or what we doing now and play the game.
Hmm.
Like that is so stupid, and I hate that Nintendo think backwards on certain things. I hate when they do that. Just see that okay, it's working here, it's working there. Hell, if you gotta go buy an Xbox, go do it. Buy an Xbox Live card, hook it up, and let your people over there look at it and learn what the hell Microsoft is doing with their online chat. Oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear this person's voice. Pew. There you go. People I can talk to. That's how you make friends. How can you make friends with a cell phone? When I got the Xbox 360, that's how I got most of my friends that I never met in real life. I only know them on Xbox and we game together. How can I do that on the Switch when there's a fucking phone in the way? Like, how can I be able to get to know a person in free for all or team deathmatch and I can't talk to them? That is stupid. How do you get friends? Not every friend I know has a Switch. So how I'll be able to talk to my friends and play with them online if my other friends don't have Switch, but complete strangers that game like me has it, and I can't freaking talk to them. To be a friend, to add them as a friend. And that's what Nintendo is messing up at. I really don't understand if Sony is Japanese just like them. If Sony can do it and understand it, why the hell Nintendo can't understand it? Why do people?
I mean, you've got
Nintendo
voice chat and everything on the Vita. That's supposedly dead, so why can't they put it on the Switch?
Well, remember, the Vita had certain problems running a game and private chat at the same time. It would shut off chat for a lot of the games.
I ain't have no. Well, yeah, but there were some that were optimized for it too.
Yeah, there were some that were optimized, yes, but a lot of the games that I played, I might get turned it off. I'm like, why the hell did it turn it off? I want to be on a party chat private and talk with my friend Leon while I'm playing Unit 13, well, not Unit 13, or when I'm playing like Uncharted or something.
I don't know, man. It's crazy how Nintendo thinks this way. And I'm skeptical to see they better go in full depth on this. If they talk about 30 minutes, 20 minutes better be alone on their online service. Damn the games.
I don't think 30 minutes is long enough, to be honest.
I don't think it is either. I think that might be just a rumor. I don't see Nintendo doing 30 minutes. And I know they have to talk about the online because they said they was going to start charging us in the summer. So that the summer is what? So what the summer is like?
I thought it was fall.
Like that?
I thought it was fall.
No, I thought it was fall.
Was it fall?
Yeah, I thought it was fall.
They said that it was going to come out in fall.
But fall's still around the corner. Nintendo needs to say something now. Like
they need to say something at E3, but it better not be. But the thing is that they better mention it at E3. I think they're going to mention it in the Nintendo Treehouse. They have to at this point.
You know, if they mention
the Nintendo Treehouse,
if they mention something at E3 and then Treehouse go full in depth on it, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Say something about this. I want to know what is going on and why do I got to use my phone?
They should have said something about this a long time ago, though. It should have been put out there well before now.
See, if Nintendo would just went the route that Microsoft and Sony are doing, we probably would have got it day one. But Nintendo trying to do all this extra stuff and make apps and make the app compatible to every phone and stop. Just do it the normal way. Nobody else is trying to make apps to talk to their friends or make friends.
Well, considering we don't know how it's going to work, it might actually work well because we don't know anything about it. So it may actually just work well, especially, I mean, nobody really knew what the Switch was going to entail before it came out. And look at it. So I'm trying to keep an open mind on how this app is going to work. I feel it's unnecessary to have a phone app in order to be able to chat with your friends. None of us know how this is going to work. We know nothing about the the infrastructure or anything. So I'm trying to keep an open mind and hope that this works out well, because I don't see it making any kind of sense either, to be honest.
Because I don't need another app to be draining my damn battery.
Exactly, and I already have a crappy battery, and I'm not buying a new one.
It's like
the problem with this.
I want to come in just like you, Liam. We don't know. It could be the best thing ever. I don't know. But just looking at coming from the Wii U, you know what I'm saying? I get nervous. Even though the Switch can run all type of engines, can run every engine that's out there that they're using on this console, I'm still worried about third party because we haven't heard shit from third party. And I'm hoping that we will get a chance to see and hear from third party. That's why I say this direct, it has to be longer than 30 minutes, because that means to me you don't have third party up in there. I needs to know where third party is at. Yeah, they said so. Oh yeah, we're gonna bring FIFA, blah 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 blah. Yeah, 2K is coming. No, I want to see third party. I want Nintendo to say, hey, a line up for third party. You know what I'm saying? Start throwing games out there, even if they're exclusive games or even if they're multi-plat games. Throw them out there. As a console owner, I want to know. Some games I might not want. Some games I might want. But have the games there.
I'm getting that Stardew Valley when they come out.
Because the Wii U started out okay, but then it's like you had no third-party support for it. And I would hate to see the Switch done like that. The Switch is an awesome system. It can run these engines that the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is running, not at a high settings, but at middle, and I'm fine with that, because from the high and middle, you're not missing that much graphic. You may be missing like little lighting effects, particles and shadings here and there with in the middle settings instead of high settings, and I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have the light bouncing off the tree, off my shoe, and onto a flower.
Yeah, like you're really gonna look at all that. Like honestly, like when it comes to games and graphics, I've learned to just not care anymore. Like honestly, like graphics don't sell me no more. Like I'm looking at that, and honestly, I could look at Ubisoft's games because I'm so used to being disappointed by Ubisoft that whenever I look at them, I just wish that they wouldn't lie to me. I wish that they would just show me the real project. Like this is what it really looks like. I'm like, okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. But they want to try to sell the game so goddamn bad, and then it doesn't. And it sells. Of course it sells. Of course it sells. Because people are expecting it to be, ooh, it's so beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God, look at all the graphics. Is even Ubisoft even having a press conference this year? I don't even know.
I'm not for certain.
Honestly, because you know how like Square Enix had one? It was like very awkward last year for E3. Like E3 was very awkward last year. Like Xbox announces that they're going to have an Xbox Scorpio, and then they don't say nothing for a year. And then on top of that, like Sony mentions the VR headset, that doesn't sell well. The PS4 Pro, that doesn't sell well. And then, they wasted a lot of time. Then they show God of War and then a teaser for Last of Us 2. So, okay. Nintendo didn't show the Switch. They just showed Zelda Breath of the Wild and Pokemon and then stuff. Honestly, I believe everything is going to be in the treehouse. So whatever that they don't announce or whatever they don't show in the press event or the whatever that is, whatever they're doing, the Nintendo Direct or digital event, it's going to be shown and it's going to be in more detail in the Nintendo Treehouse. So they're going to show the gameplay at Nintendo Treehouse. They're going to show somebody playing it and like saying, "Ooh, look, this is what we're having here, and this is what." So this is how you make Mario move. you know, and then they're gonna like end it. They're gonna end it with some stuff. The only thing is that I don't want to see. We're gonna have the Arms Open Invitational, which are probably gonna announce a new
That'll be
character.
good.
Which that's gonna be exciting, but I probably won't be able to see it because I have rehearsal that day. But I'm gonna have to watch it later. Damn it! I want to watch it, and I want to watch it live because I don't want it to be spoiled. But yeah. So this E3 is not gonna be that great for me because I have a performance that week. So on top of that, I have to do the last minute performances and things like that. So I really won't be able to pay attention to E3. Do you know if Sony's press conference is still at night or is it going to be in daytime because Microsoft moved theirs to Sunday?
Not sure yet.
No, not sure yet. Okay, so I need to. So once, if you guys get that information before I do, please send that out. Please send that my way because I need to know. Because like I hope Sony doesn't do a night one. Like I hope they do it in the day. I hope all the press conference are in the daytime because I need them to be in the daytime. I do. I need them to be in the daytime. So that way I can see them all live. I want to see them all live. And I'll be able to see the treehouse all day.
You know,
but I won't be able to.
Well, once I get
Yeah,
home.
I'll be watching treehouse. Yeah, but I won't be able to watch the Invitational though. But yeah. Oh my god, but that Arms Invitational is gonna be really fun to look at. They're really gonna sell the game. They're gonna be like, oh my god, Twintel is so good. Oh my god. Ninjara is the best. I honestly think that if I could guess what video game character is gonna take the Open Invitational, I believe it's either gonna be Ninjara, Mechanica, Twintel, or Bark and Bite. Those are my guesses. Everybody else, no.
Why not Master Mummy?
Master Mummy has a potential, but he's too slow and he's too easy to read.
Yeah,
so
but it's all in how you use him.
It is all how you use him, yes. Because the thing is that he has that mega fist that can go through everything. Now, I don't know if they're going to be playing like they're going to obviously be playing the real version. So I don't know if they're going to be allowed to use any arm combinations that they want. If they allow them to use whatever arm combinations they want, then yes, anybody's game at that point. It's whoever chooses which arms to use per fight against whoever they're fighting against. But if there is no whatchamacallit, then yes. Like if it's just like how it was in the global test punch where they're just stuck with the 3 arms that they have assigned to their character, then you can kind of see who's going to be in the top. Ninjara is going to be pretty tough because Ninjara can fight through Master Mummy really quick, but it depends on who controls him. Well, once again, I don't know. It's going to be exciting to find out. I'm just throwing guesses out there. I think, honestly, the person who's going to take it is either going to be Twinel or or Ninjara. That's my guesses. If I had to choose 2, Ninjara or Twintel, it's gonna be in the top. But that's my guess.
Okay, Dirty, you got anything else you want to add?
Nah, I'm good.
Will?
I'm good.
Okay, well, I guess that'll be it then.
I love how you have to guy. You're like, he said, okay, I guess that'll be it then. Okay.
All right, so I hope E3 is gonna be really good this year. I hope E3 continues, in years to come. But it's to me, it's almost looking as if E3 is not going to be around too much longer, because, like I said, companies are branching off and they doing their own thing rather than paying to go to E3. But it's good that they have, the little setups for people to play the games and stuff like that too. So that's a good thing. But I want to see a lot more from Nintendo. That 30-minute conference thing, I don't think that's not again, we don't know what all they're going to offer, but I don't feel that that's a good idea. I think it should be longer than that. They need to cover more, again, let us know what's coming for the Switch. That's the main thing. But anywho, and plus y'all know the 2DS is coming out next month, well, month after next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
so
hopefully,
that's
hopefully the time stamp is actually longer than 30 minutes.
I
Hopefully,
hope so.
Hopefully that's just a rumor and it's wrong. I don't see Nintendo, especially with a new console out that's only like it'll be what 3 months old. You mean to tell me you only got 30 minutes to take thing? And I know you're going to be throwing 3DS games in there as well. You got to talk about the 3DS. So 30 minutes, I really don't see it.
I think that should be a separate thing.
They could make it that if they wanted to, but I would rather have them have it at least an hour. Whatever they was gonna, the big titles that they announced, like Mario Odyssey, telling us about, the online and how much we have to pay monthly or yearly. Xenoblade 2, if they announcing a Metroid, you know what I'm saying? Announce that. If you have small early gameplay, show it. I don't care if it is early in development, show it. Let people get excited. We get excited hearing it, but you get excited more. And I think the Switch will move more as well. I mean, it's still selling well, but you would get so many people hyped up if they could see early gameplay footage of like Metroid 4 or something like that. Do it. Go into details on these games. Don't give us no 30 minutes. If you want to do the rapid fire on certain things, you can. But it's certain things we need to know, certain games we want to know, certain games we want to be clear on. If you can go in depth, I don't care if it's 5 to 6 minutes. Do it. If you need to show gameplay, do it. If you need to show a CG, do it. Hell, Microsoft and Sony do it. So just show it. You know what I'm saying? And just let us know what you're working on. I don't care if it's coming out to next year. At least I know something. And my main thing is more on third party than Nintendo. I already know Nintendo can bring the game. It's third party I'm worried about because of what the Wii U did. This is what I want to see. I want to make sure that EA said they on board. They're going to bring FIFA. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring Madden. I want those games to run on the engine, that Frostbite engine that they're using.
Yeah.
I don't want it on this old ass what is it, Unite engine from this year and last year, from Madden 15 all the way up to 17. No, I don't want that engine on the Wii U. I want the Frostbite engine for Madden 18 that you're going to put on a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, because the Switch can handle, if the Switch can handle Unreal Engine 4, and Unreal Engine 4 just had an update, and the Nintendo Switch also got that update with the rest of the consoles, then that means that the Switch can run that Frostbite. It can run Ubisoft engine and whoever else engine out there, because they said number one, a lot of third party. They said Unreal Engine 4 will be the number one engine developers is going to be using, and the Switch can use 100% of the Unreal Engine 4, like Sony and Microsoft. So I don't want to hear EA talking about, oh, we couldn't get it to run. Bullshit. Because Unreal Engine 4 just had an update to 1 point whatever, and the Switch also got that update as well. as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So I don't want to hear that from EA. We can get a Battlefield. We can get a Battlefront. We can get those games. If you don't want to put them on there, just say it. Like, I don't know if we want to, we don't know if it's going to sell. If the fans come out and say they want it, then we'll do it. But don't give me no bullshit talking about it can't run. Yes, it can. The Switch can run every engine that's out there. And it has been proven that they can run it. So I don't want to hear none of this BS about third party talking about, oh, well, we can't bring it over to the Switch because, it doesn't run. No, they're telling me you don't want to optimize it to run. When you could put that same bullshit on a cell phone and optimize it to damn gameplay, then you can do it on the Switch. The Switch is more powerful than the 360 and PS3. The Switch is right behind the Xbox One. So I don't want to hear that from third party. I'm not saying I want every third game multi-platform third party, but at certain games that I would like, you know what? I would like to play that on the Switch. I hope they get that version. I want that version. I don't want to hear, we'll think about it, and maybe in the new future we may put it on there. What? I don't want to hear that from third party. I want to see games. And I don't want to see these same exact games for Madden 18, FIFA 18 running on that old ass engine instead of this new one that they put out for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Well, that's what I've been doing lately. Is if there's games that have been offered on the Switch and other systems, I would opt to get it on the Switch.
Yeah. I have too. Just like, people were saying about NBA Playground. When you look at NBA, I seen footage on NBA Playground. It was because I was like, I want to see the comparison because I seen a video where the guy said that the Switch version was just ugly. I'm like, really? I'm like, the game looked pretty cool. So I went and to look. For the Xbox One version, from what I see, it does have a few more characters in the background. That I can care less because I ain't even looking at the damn background.
Mm-hmm. You ain't got time.
Right. But what the Switch is missing, though, is the shadows for the players and the shadows for the rim. That's what is missing. Okay, I can deal with that. I care less about a shadow on the ground. It'd be nice to have, but it's not in the gameplay at all. And when I looked at, and I'm looking at all three, I'm like, well, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, does have a few more characters in the back. You can see their shadows, but I'm like, the game look like got that blurry effect to it. It's kind of hard for me to explain. You have to go and look on YouTube. And I set my phone to 1080p so I can see it. And the PlayStation and Xbox look a tad bit blurry. It didn't look no different. You could see just a slight difference. I'm talking about a slight difference between the graphics. Nothing where it'd be like, oh no, I got to get this on Xbox One. No.
Does the game controls, does the controls of the game feel really good to you?
Yes.
So you are enjoying the game that you're playing, right?
Yeah, I am.
Exactly. And that's how it should be.
Yeah. And I know that with the shadow effects and the few less characters in the background, this was a rush port. This wasn't the Switch wasn't involved when they was making the game. This was a quick port. What I found out, it was a port. They decided to bring it to the Switch, and they wanted all three to come out at the same time. And that's what we got. And there's nothing wrong with the Switch version when you play it. When you look at it, there's nothing wrong with it. I got past. I don't care about a few more characters standing around in the background doing nothing. So, like I said, if Call of Duty is coming out for the Switch, I'm getting it for the Switch.
I think it should.
Yeah, I think it should, and you know what? I think I would actually get it. Like if Nintendo announces that their online is actually good, and then they say that Call of Duty's coming out for it, I would get it.
Yeah.
I would get it. I think honestly the reason why third-party people can't really say anything yet, or why people are not really jumping to the Switch, is because of that online system. Nintendo's gonna have to try to really sell people and explain it. And if that online system is good, I could see games like Overwatch, Battlefield, and like big stuff coming to the Switch. You know, obviously it's gonna be medium settings, like you said.
Overwatch on the Switch. Overwatch, Paladins. I would love to see those games on the Switch.
Could you imagine it on the Switch though? It would be the perfect console because you could take it on the go.
Yeah,
and you can play it on your TV. And that's awesome.
Make that
the thing is the battery. They need to make it happen, Nintendo. Make it happen. But hopefully, Reggie Fils-Aimé's power of intimidation works.
No power.
No, I'm telling you this because you remember when he was trying to like say, "I'll come back next year with the Nintendo 3DS version of Super Smash Brothers, and I'm gonna kick your ass." Yeah. Next year, he goes and he battles the guy and gets his ass kicked. He kept falling off. He's like, "Damn, Reggie, you know how to play." But then he says, "Well, I'm running the company for 17 hours a day while you're in your mother's basement." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Damn." I'm like, "Reggie, you are a savage. That was an insult to your entire fan base. How dare you?" He's like, "Reggie, no Johns, no Johns, no Johns."
Anybody else have anything else they want to add in reference to E3 or ARMS?
No, I just can't wait to play ARMS, and that's it.
All right, Dirty?
No, that's it. I'm like Will. I can't wait to play it. I'm going to pick it up day one. And I will be using the ninja on you. So let's go.
What?
He's going to use Ninjara on you.
Oh, that's okay. I got my Min.
Fine, then. I'll be another Ninjara player. How about that? Ooh!
We'll have fun. You can catch me outside. How about that?
Okay, I'll catch you outside. When and where? I like to eat cashews outside, please. I like to say cashews outside. Never mind. You get it. You know, the nut cashews outside. Never mind.
All right, Dirty. Know who you are and where they can find you.
They can find me at the Old Dirty 33. You can find me there on YouTube, and yeah, that's where you can find me. Look for me. It's not hard.
Will I am?
Hi, I'm Will from TheWillOfGaming. If you guys want to check me out, you guys can check me out on twitch.tv/TheWillOfGaming, all one word, because I'm living. No, I'm sorry, live. And I'm going to be playing random games. Hopefully they're not that boring. Join in the conversation and, and talk and chat and whatever. I don't have a specified time just yet, but I will have a specified time soon. So just keep posting.
I'll link your video page.
Oh, no, and also you can find me on VidMe as well, which I'll be posting up a video linking to the Twitch channel.
Okay. All right. And thank you to all who are watching and who have been watching. We've had a steady like 5 or 6 folks watching today, so that's good, and several comments. So yeah, if you are not currently subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I will leave a link down in the description where you can find those here on the panel. Be sure to follow them on their respective channels. And I guess that'll be it for this discussion. And yeah, till next time, guys, take care, be safe, love one another, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.
Peace
Peace
out.
out.